Good evening to all. So, let us discuss calculation of electric field due to an electric dipole. Okay. So, in previous classes we have already discussed what is an electric dipole. So, again I repeat the same things, that is the electric dipole means a pair of equal and opposite charges when separated by some distance they constitute electric dipole. Okay. And the dipole moment is a vector quantity whose magnitude is equal to product of magnitude of either charges on and distance of separation between the two charges. Okay. And it is directed along negative charge to positive charge, that is opposite to the electric field. Okay. So, now let us use this electric dipole to calculate the expression for electric field. Okay. So, now we discuss calculation of electric field due to an electric dipole. So, here you may mention electric field intensity. Okay. So, calculation of electric field intensity due to an electric dipole. Okay. So, when we consider an electric dipole, then generally we find there are two different lines associated with the electric dipole. One is called axial line and another one is called equatorial line. Axial line, that we say it is a line that passes through the line joining the two charges and passes through its center, that is called axial line. And equatorial line means it is the line that passes through the center of the electric dipole and perpendicular to the dipole length is known as equatorial line. Okay. So, when we consider an electric dipole in order to measure the electric field, then we have just two different cases. Okay. Either we may calculate on the axial position or we may take the point of observation on the equatorial position. The axial position is also known as end-on position. Okay. Whereas the equatorial position is known as broadside-on position. Okay. Also, there are other names given to equatorial, axial and equatorial position. The axial otherwise known as tan A position and the equatorial is also known as tan B position. Okay. So, first let us take to calculate electric field intensity due to an electric dipole at axial line. Okay. Axial line, that is otherwise known as end-on position, and this is also known as tan A position. Tan A position. Okay. So, in order to calculate the electric field intensity on the axial line, let us assume we take an electric dipole minus q and plus q and the dipole length is 2a. Okay. Suppose we consider a point of observation on the positive charge side of the axial line and the point of observation, suppose I take at a distance of r. Okay. Suppose my point of observation where we want to calculate the electric field intensity is at a distance of r from the center of the dipole. Okay. From the center of the dipole, it is at a distance of r. Understand? So, that is why we can say close q charge lies at a distance of, if OP is R, okay, and O is the center of the dipole, means we can say this distance is A and this distance is also A, okay. So, let us take this point as capital A and this point as capital B, okay. Then we can say this distance is R minus A, okay, R minus A, and AP distance is, that is R plus A, okay. So, we have already taken all the distances, because the AP distance, that is R plus A, because OP is R, so that distance is R minus A, okay, and the dipole length is 2A and point of observation P is at a distance of R from the center of the dipole, okay. So, now our main aim is to measure the electric field intensity at point P, okay. Now, my question is, at point P, the electric field will arise because of two charges, okay. Plus Q also gives some electric field at point P and minus Q is also gives some electric field at point P. So, what is the resultant field at point P, okay, and that resultant field is known as the electric field, that means that resultant field we have to calculate, okay. So, let us measure. So, if I consider here the electric field at point P, okay. So, general electric field for the point charge, what we find? For the point charge, we know the electric field formula is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r square. In magnitude form, this is the expression for electric field, okay. So, here there are two different point charges, one is plus q, another one is minus q. So, when we calculate the electric field, means we have to measure from which point charge we are calculating and what is the distance of that point charge from the point of observation, okay. Okay. So, the electric field at point P, electric field at P due to plus Q charge, okay, is, suppose I take that E1, okay. So, E1 equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by the distance, okay, and important is direction. What is the direction? Q is positive and here the point P, there is a unit positive charge. So, when we act the electric field at point P, means that unit positive charge is subjected to move and this one is positive and here there is also a positive charge. So, when we experience the electric field, means it will give a repulsive nature, because this one is positive and this one is also positive. So, resultant force will be repulsive type. So, that is why the direction of E1 is away from the point of observation. So, that is the E1 vector, okay. Understand, this one is E1 vector, okay. Now, so let us along this direction, okay. Now, electric field at P due to minus Q is, okay, E2 equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q, because if we consider positive or negative, there will be no appearance of a positive, because here we use the magnitude of charge, okay. Direction, negative sign is only indicate the direction, okay. So, E2 equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q by AP square, okay. So, this equals to, substitute here also the value of AP, So that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by that value is r minus a square. Okay, its direction is along this direction. Okay, so here along. Now this one is negative. Okay, and we are acting at point P because of this negative charge. Negative means it will experience an attractive force. Okay, so that's why the direction of the electric field towards the negative charge. So this will be the direction of E2 vector. Okay, so this one is negative charge. So because of negative, electric field means the unit positive charge will move. Okay, so this one is negative means it will attract that unit positive charge. So direction of the electric field towards the negative charge. So direction is along P a vector. Okay, so substitute the value 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r plus a square. Okay, so now if we look at the figure, at point P there are two different electric field. One is E1, another one is E2. Okay, and the angle between E1 and E2 is 180 because they are acting opposite to each other. One is along this direction, another one is directed opposite to the first vector. So that's why the angle that created both the field is 180 degree. Okay, so here at point P, E1 and E2 creates an angle of 180. Okay, so what is the resultant field? Okay, so here we find what are the different forms we get. Here E1 we get 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r minus a square, and E2 equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r plus a square. Okay, but here E1 greater than E2. Which one is greater? E1 vector is greater than E2 vector because this distance or this value is small. Okay, r minus is small and it lies in the lower part. That's why it will be greater field. But r plus a is the bigger distance. So that's why when the lower part is bigger means its value will be small. Okay, so that's why E1 greater than E2 and angle between them theta equals to 180. Okay, so angle between E1 and E2 is 180 and E1 greater than E2. That's why the resultant field, when we substitute the resultant field expression, so the resultant field is E equals to, we know, E1 square plus E2 square plus 2E1 E2 cos theta root over. Okay, so that's why E1 square plus E2 square plus 2E1 E2 cos 180 is minus 1. Okay, cos 180 and value of cos 180 is minus 1. So write here minus 1. Okay, so if you substitute here, so that will be E1 square plus E2 square minus 2E1 E2 root over a square b square minus 2ab. So that will be E1 minus E2. Okay, E1 minus E2 because E1 is greater. Okay, so E1 is greater, so that's why E1 vector minus E2 vector. Okay, so substitute the value. So what is the resultant field? So E equals to E1 minus E2. So E1, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r minus a square minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r plus a square. Okay. So this equals to, take the common, q by 4 pi epsilon 0 if you take common. So that will be 1 by r minus a square minus 1 by r plus a square. Okay. So this equals to q divided by 4 pi epsilon 0. So that is r plus a square minus r minus a square divided by r plus a square into r minus a square. Okay. So that will be a plus b square minus of a minus b square. So that will be 4ab. So q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 4 r into a divided by a plus b square dot a minus b square means a square minus b square whole square. Okay. So that implies to E equals to q 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. Okay. So these terms can be written as, I write here 2r 4ra. Okay. So that can be written as 2r into 2a. Okay. So I write here 2r dot 2a into q. Okay. So this q term that I separate here, 2a into q divided by r square minus a square whole square. Okay. 2a into q, 2a that is the dipole length, q is the magnitude of either pole. Okay. So 2a into q, that is called dipole moment, that is p. P equals to 2a into q, that is called dipole moment. Okay. So dipole moment, so that implies to E equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2p 2r into p divided by r square minus a square whole square. So this is the general expression for electric field at an axial point. Okay. But if we use a special case, that is the case of short dipole. Okay. So the case of short dipole means, what is in short dipole? Short dipole means we decrease the dipole as small as possible by keeping the point of observation as fixed. Okay. If we keep the point of observation of fixed and if we decrease the dipole length, what happens? The distance r must be larger as compared to a. Okay. So that means we can say, if we decrease the dipole length to a short dipole, for short dipole, if we decrease the dipole length, then the 2a value is very small. Okay. That means a value is also small as compared to r. For small dipole, r is very much greater than a. Okay. That point of observation distance is very large because this one is r. So if we decrease the dipole length to a small region by keeping the point of observation fixed, then in such case the value of r is very much large as compared to the half of the dipole length. Okay. So r very much greater than a, and when r very much greater than a, then we can neglect the a part. Okay. So if we neglect the a part in the denominator side. So, what will be value? E equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2 r into p divided by, if we neglect r, we can neglect a. Okay. So, if we neglect a, so that will be r power 4th. Okay. So, that implies to E equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 to p divided by r cube. So, this will be the expression for electric field for a short dipole. Okay. So, at axial line, what we get, the electric field will be, so E axial equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 to p divided by r cube. Okay. So, in vector form, if we measure, we find E1 vector or E1 is greater than E2. Okay. So, as E1 is greater than E2, so the direction of E vector, direction of resultant field, the direction of resultant field when angle between them is 180 with one vector is greater than other vector, then the resultant field is always along that greater vector direction, okay, along that big vector direction. So, as E1 vector is greater, so that is why the direction of E is along E1, along E1 direction. That means we can say, that means plus charge A to P direction. Okay. So, that will be the direction of electric field. Or we can say along greater vector direction. Along greater vector direction. Okay. So, that this is the expression for electric field due to an electric dipole at an axial position. Okay. I think all of you must understand what the axial position says. Okay. Thank you.